Guys, how are you doing? It's your boy back again, and right now I'm in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, my home country. I'm here, guys, to show you what makes us a country, what makes us Uganda, our history, what we're proud of, everything you need to know about my country. I'm in the Uganda Museum, guys, and I'm here to show you guys our history and everything that makes us as a country. Let's go. The first books that were ever interpreted in my local language, Uganda. So for some of you guys who have come to Uganda, you know Luganda is a good language. So these are the first books that were ever printed first in my local language ever, guys. And this is, for some of you already know, this is our local dress code for our women. It is called a gomes. You just get, I don't know how they even call them, but this is a gomes, and what she's tying in the waist, it's called a chikoi. So gomes and chikoi makes our women really extremely beautiful, and this is what we used to have in the first place. We used to have what we used to call olubugo. Bugo is bark growth. We used to get that from the trees, and we used to tie them like that. As modern integration started, we got the suka. We started using suka, these simple clothes, but then we integrated into busuti, which is a gomes in our local layman English, you know, Luganda. And if you look up there, that is the Parliament of Uganda. That is literally the past parliament we had. It looks exactly the same right now, but you know what? There is a little bit of work on. It is renovated. It looks a little bit better than then. Yeah, this is an illustration of Sekabaka. Okay, this is the Sekabaka. This is to be our Paris. It looks almost the same right now, but you know what? Yeah, this is how it looks. And right down here we have a map. This is how this is a map of my country right here, guys. And guys, I just wanted to show you, this is the first press. You know, this is the first printing press we ever had in my beautiful country. This is how it looks. Look. The first ever printing press. Look how beautiful it is. And this is what we printed out of it. These wooden letters right there. These wooden letters right down there, man. And the first photo is of this gentleman. That guy, the white guy. And yeah. These are boys right there trying to do some printing right there. And this is what we printed out of it. Our history. Like I told you guys, this is a wood. Guys, these are the Ugandan insects. These are all the insects we had in my country. We actually still have, but we have had them for a very long time. Of course, it's creation, and that's all. These are the famous grasshoppers and every other insect. You guys can see a lot of them right here, right? Yeah, beautiful our museum is, man. It's so touching. It feels really good to be here. Looking at the lake and river fish. So these are the type of fishes we have in my beautiful country. You guys can see we have Lake Victoria. We have a lot of these. So guys, tell me in the comment section, do you have all these kind of fish in your own country? But I know for sure Rwanda, Tanzania and Kenya, we share a lot of fish species because, you know, because of Lake Victoria and so on. Yeah, right there. These are some of the species we have, fish species. Yeah. If you love fish, let me know what's your best species then. And then this is what we call reptiles. These are some of the snakes we have in my country. Look, I think this is a cobra. Yeah, this is a cobra for sure. And then we have a python right there. Ooh, is it a python? Carbon viper. We have this. Then we have some lizards right there. We have a lot of different lizards you guys can see. Right there. Then we have these snakes, water cobra. This is a cobra for sure, I can see. And then we have, how do you call this one? Gabon vipers. Okay. And then here we have boomslang. Right there, guys. So these are some of the reptiles we have in my country. And yeah, and these are the bird species you guys can see. These are all the birds we have. Yeah, you guys can see long lengths. There's some of the birds we have. You guys see how far it is, really quiet and clean and so on. It's really lovely to be here, man. Tell me in the comment section, what's What's your bird species? Do you love birds? Are you a person who loves birds? Let me know in the comment section. And what do you have that we don't have in my country? Some of the animals in East Africa. Well, of course, these are the name of all the animals. Yeah, a lot of them in East Africa we share animal structures. Some of the skeletons we have of our animals. Just right there. Nothing so much to show. I hope you guys like them. Yeah. What's this? Here we have a lot of fossil plants. These are some of the plants. Okay. Sometimes impressions of soft parts are reserved. All right. So you guys can see our fossil fruits right there. Some of our fruits right there. Now coming in here, yeah, what's here? What do we have here? What do we have here? Let me show you. We have that beautiful paint. I think this is one of the paints that we have first painted ever in my country, and this is how it looks, man. Our people were very talented, and this was drawn on backcloth. Yes, of course, backcloth, and yeah, it's basically people from Central that used to use backcloth, and yeah, I guess other people that drew that. Look how structured this is. Well carved, well Ugandan. Yeah, it looks really beautiful now just from the side, and I show you. There's nothing so much. Oh, there's a lot about our history, what we used to do as, Ugandan people, and basically that. And then these are some of the skeletons of our baboons, chimpanzees, and their teeth, and so on. We also have a lot about our ancestors. Okay, these are ancestors. How we used to worship, how we used to do our things right there. Yeah. Literally, this is so much of what we have in our museum right here, guys. And this is, of course, all people from different animals, I guess. Yes, from different animals we have. Everything is saved here. And you guys can see, we all have that. These are the skeletons of beautiful animals, different animals right there. Starting from monkeys, lions, zebras. Let me try to go down and see what's down here, man. Guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the trip. I hope you guys are learning about us and all this. Yeah, let's continue to see. There's a little bit of our zoo in a museum. Our animals used to live, we are kept in our zoos. Yeah, we have some antelope right there, and yeah, so much of animals right here. Yeah, actually, this used to be also our food. Yeah. Animals right here, guys. You can see. Yeah. That looks real, almost real. It's not coming. Literally, everything you need to see from this side of the museum. I hope you are having a wonderful time. I hope you're enjoying. I see right there. Modernity right here. And yeah, anything you need to see here? I don't think so. So let's go up and see what is next. This feels like coming from the cave. It's more of a Ugandan thing, like. So guys, this is our log clothes. This is how we used to dress in my Lanka. This is actually how we dress. This is what we call a kanzu. There is a white cloth inside and then a jacket right on top. And then this is a gomis. I showed you guys in the picture. This is how we dress in my culture. Yeah, our dress code. And then we have some bracelets right here, jewelry we used to have then. In case you had a baby, this is how you used to carry your baby. Clothes, cow skin. Use it to just, tie your baby right there. This is literally how we used to live. And then we have, this is the ceremonial dress for the Namasole of Mubende. She was a queen, she was a priestess. This is her jewelry and everything that was used to worship her, This is the cup. This is how we use this is how our cups used to look like. You see that horn, and then we have some spoon right after the horn. Yeah, literally, that's everything we used to have. And then these the spears that we used to use for fighting in wars and all those. Just can't imagine that time. But yeah, literally, that's it. And then this is the settlements. Like, for example, for people in North, this is literally how they used to live. And even up to now, there are a lot of them that still live like this. This is literally their houses. You know, they're always building in cycles, and you find that most of the time they're always related. Uncles, mummies, oh, everybody. It's more of they live in cycles, grass, hatched houses. And then we have, this is our clothes. This is the material where we made our clothes. This is a back growth from the trees. And they integrated it, they designed it. It used to be coming from different color. You guys can see in the back, there is a black one. I guess you can see it perfectly, but yeah. We had the black one, we had this one which was colored. People trying coming up with different kind of ideas, and yeah. So guys, people coming up with different ideas. Of course, our people were very talented, and here this is how our houses used to look. Look. Okay, let me show you our houses, man. Is my camera not touching anymore? This is how our house used to look. Traditional architecture, you see? This is the tomb, man. Our king was buried in such a way, you know. You build a house around it. You can see, I don't know if you guys can really see. Let me try to zoom in a little bit more. The king is buried inside, that surrounded by, you know, those how do you call it, spears. So literally how our burial places used to look like for leaders. Of course, not for everybody, but for leaders, you can see. And then this one is more of for worship, shrine. It used to be more like our shrines, and that is shrine again for our worship purposes. And this is another grave right there. You can see the king is buried, and then we have servants that keep going there to pray and to worship the king, and so on. We used to believe that all leaders are coming from God, and we knew that whoever was chosen was from God, and we trusted and believed our leaders so much. This is also something more of what we used to have back then. You guys can see. Yeah, you guys can see that. Jewelries, all these things that we used to have. And then we also had that for fighting in the wars and all that. And we also have the arms. This is actually what we used to use in the war mostly. Spears, we used to have all these Tutsi, Akolis, and all this from different tribes. This is what I used to use in the times of the war. Yeah, literally, this is everything. These are like different spears. You can see different spears from different tribes and different cultures. Yes, but from Uganda. These were our amari. This is how it looks to look. This is a chiboko. You know chiboko? Canes. That thing, don't joke with it. These are extra alloys we used to have for hunting, for fighting in the wars and all that. Yeah, you guys can see our basketry, our fish. This is what we used to use for fishing. We used to have hooks, we used to have all that. We used to have different fish were caught in different ways. As you can see in the picture, they are using this there in that picture, you guys can see. And then this up here, so they're fishing in different ways of fishing right there. So this is more of our basketry and our pottery right there, guys. And this is used to be our home heaters most times, home setups, stones. And this is just this is our furniture, you know, tables. This is basically what we used to have in the sitting rooms long time ago. Sitting rooms, this used to be, you know, like a small table around the sitting room. This is what it used to look like for us. And we had these ones for the daddies and big people when they come to visit. This is what they had. Women always most of the time had these when they are cooking and so on. Even right now, some villages, women still use that when they are cooking, doing their simple things and so on. But for the father, as he's waiting for his food and chilling around and chilling around, that is basically basically what they used to have. So being a man in Africa then, it was really good then. Up to now, there are still some advantages of being a man, but we still advocate for equality as one people under God. Yeah, and these were instruments we used to use during the time of worship. You can see we call these ones mindi for smoking. We never had cigarettes, so we used to have our tobacco in here and we smoke through the pipes. Never had cigarettes. What a time. And this is other for drinking alcohol during a time of worship in the shrines. We used to put it for ancestors, all these things. And this is how our boats used to look like. Everybody used to do, have to do something. This is how they used to look. We're actually really talented. Then we call this one a boat in our language, we call it Eliato. Then this is Nkasi. Basically, these are animals and all that. You can have a look of how we used to dress during different kind of ritual practices. For the Bagisu, they used to dress that. Uhu, different tribes used to dress differently for weddings, for burials, for mourning, and all these kind of things. This is how they used to dress differently. Masks. These are masks from all these different tribes that they used to make, trying to be crafted and doing the art. So yeah, let's go up here and see what we have. This used to be used for hunting. We used to use this small bird trap to trap birds, of course, big rats for eating, and all these arrows and these big nets for hunting, and yeah, spears and everything. This is how it used to look. Then we used to have these ones for safeguarding milk. This is mostly from the Ankole, from the Westerners, and yeah, also as for water, milk. And the homesteads used to be more of that kind. This is how everything used to be like. And this is a museum right there, guys. This is a museum right there, guys. I hope you can see everything. Actually, look better this way. So we have, this is matoke. This is a staple food. The whole Uganda, they love matoke. Maybe not for the northerners. They don't have a lot of it. But central, south, whichever the other tribes, they really love matoke. It's our staple food. And this is what we used to use for digging the ground. For planting, plowing, harvesting, everything used to be more of that. You guys can see that's a knife, dama, and this is what different tribes used to use, different tools to harvest, to dig, because soil was harder in some areas and in others. So this is still have to go up. I wanted to show you the entire view. And yeah, here we have another pottery, our pots, the pots we used to make. And this is how we used to make our plates. Actually, our plates used to look really beautiful. You can actually use them even right now. They're really beautiful. Yeah, different pottery for saving water. We used to use these ones as a gel can, collecting water from the wells, from the river, and everything. Different tribes design different pottery, as you guys can see on the map right there. And then this is our basketry, and they use our food, the matoke getting harvested. We have some potato down right there, and beans and all these things, all safeguarded for the future. This is literally more of our basketry, what we used to design. You can see, wow, they're beautiful till today, still really beautiful. I love them. Literally, this is how everything looks, my friends. Yes, you can see This is a little bit of an area view of the museum. Review of the museum. I wanted to show you guys. I just bought my how do you call them? Souvenir right here on my hand. I'll be having this for some vlogs, as you can see. Just bought it right here, and I'm loving it. Yeah. Let's continue. Look at this house, how it looks. This is the entry from the to the side of the museum. They left everything to be natural. They left everything to be cultural. This is what we used to build, like you guys have seen. In our local language, we call them muli. I think in English, they're called young bamboo, but the small type. Yes. So yeah, this is how it looks. We used to use this for building, and there used to be so many. This, you see, this is how it looks from this side. Looking really beautiful. Yeah, this is some of the pottery that was first designed, kept for history. Yes. And then this is more of our history, Ugandan history. To see the large molds. What that is. Who is this guy? Mokasa. This is our worship thing, God of war, Nanda. Yes, we believe differently, and we always believe that it's our God that help us to fight wars and win them. Yeah. And this is the beginning of Uganda, the coming of the gun. The first gun ever. The first gun ever, guys. Look at it. In our country. And then this is the ambagos and the tortoise shell. Oh, that we used to use for fighting wars. Imported items. This is everything here you see is imported to this land. Imported. Where our very historic cars, and this is the presidential cars. This is actually the first car President, His Excellency President Museveni ever first drove in as president in this country, and yeah, it's bulletproof actually, guys. I can show you. The glass is really bulletproof. You can feel it. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but this is the car the president first had in as his official car. Right here, some beans right there, guys. And this is the car Pope Francis, Pope Paul, the car he first drove in. This is the car that drove Pope Paul when he came here, the first Pope that ever came to our country, to Uganda. This is the car that had him around. It's also actually bulletproof. You can feel it. I know you guys can't feel it, but the glass is really heavy. It's bulletproof. You are safe. Presidents have always been driven around really safe, and yeah. And what you see right there, this is the one that for President Museveni, and then this is the convoy he had, cars that always moved around with. Yeah, they are all bulletproof. All bulletproof. All. Yeah. All bulletproof. Yeah. Guys, this is how houses were. This is how our house used to look like back then. And today I have the privilege to take you guys around. I hope you guys love this place, because hey, this is how we used to sleep. And And the one you guys, it's a Bunyolo house. Look, this is how the Bunyolo house looks. There is a little bit of a difference. Maybe you may not be able to tell, but there is a little bit of a difference. But the Bunyoro and the Batoro, their houses are almost the same. They kind of look similar somehow. But you know, like on the Bunyoro one, there is that top kind of a thing up right there. And the Bunyolo, the whatever, it's just flat right there. It's there, but very small compared to this one. So there are a little bit of differences, but you may not be able to tell if you are not so keen. Yeah, but literally this is almost the same. Grass comes to give it a beehive shape. Yeah, literally everything looks the same, almost. Just have to show you this. This is my culture house. Like guys, I told you I'm from Uganda, and this is the thing we used to have back then. Look at the modernity right there. Look at the modernity right there. This is the Baganda house, and in our local language we used to call them a nyumba. Look how it looks. Just gonna show you guys. Look at everything. I want to show you guys the details of our houses. Look, and how they made poles out of, you know, grass and everything. This is how a true Bugandan house used to look back then. They used to be actually really safe, very warm even in cold times, and also very calm. Like they used to have a very good temperature. This is how they used to look. They spent a lot of time building these ones. They gave them the feel, and this is a lot of grass they put on top of it, so it never links when it rains. It's never hot when the sun is there. You know, it's too hot. It's really beautiful. The touch and the feel is extremely natural. I love it. Look how they designed this house, man. Wow. And I think so far this is the best house I've ever seen. Wow. This is the best African house I've ever seen. And for us, we always had this, how do you call it? Steps, so that, you know, when it rains, water that never goes in the house. But it's really beautiful. And we had a lot of grass on top of the house, so we can manage the whatever, we can manage when it rains and everything. Yeah, this is literally my house. This is the Ugandan house. This is the Bugandan house of a long time ago, before we got the influence to change the new architecture and everything that comes in. But I just love it. Leave it in the comment section. What do you think of this house? I really need to know what you think of this house. I want you to leave a comment. I really want to know what you think of this beautiful house. Look guys, look how amazing it is. Look, I want you to tell me, what do you think? What do you think of this really amazing house? I really love our house. Have you seen this? Have you seen everything? It's really beautiful. And people took a lot of time. They built these houses with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, with a lot of, you know, and you know, it's home. It was home. It was a place everybody came home to, came back to. This is really beautiful. I'm just loving how, you know, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Now that the world is changing, this new architecture is coming in, but still this, it's extremely beautiful. We need to appreciate the old. It's just not grass alone. There is also, you know, that wall in there, so the grass starts a little bit up. Yeah, that's how it was, man. There's a lot of grass on these houses. Guys, that was it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the vlog. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment so that we know what we can do best for you the next time. And always like, share to your friends. Let's grow this family together to 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate you, everybody. See you in the next one.